want you to stop trying. That's what my spirit guide told me. Welcome to this episode of Spilling the Spiritual Tea. Let me tell you, my spirit guide has been sending me a lot of messages, but the top message they keep sending is stop trying. And I think we're all doing that. I was talking to the ladies inside the circle, and they are doing the same thing. They're trying really, really hard to connect with their intuition, their loved ones, and their guides. But what's happening in that trying is they are blocking themselves from receiving. And I think most of us are doing that on a regular basis. We stop receiving because we're trying so hard. So, what does that mean? Does that mean we give up? Do we just stop doing the things that make us happy? The answer is no. What we do is we start doing. We start doing. Stop trying so hard. Do what needs to be done to get you where you need to be. So, for instance, with the ladies inside the circle, yes, you need to go and actively connect with them and then sit in receiving mode. You need to sit there and accept any way, shape, or form it comes. So, yes, I would love to wrap my arms around my dad, hug him so tightly. Chances of that are pretty nil unless I go and visit him on the other side. But what I can do is I can talk to him and I can listen for his voice inside. I can receive the messages, the love, the support that pours in from him. And that is a beautiful gift. So instead of getting angry that you can't wrap your arms around them, that you can't physically see them and touch them, it's so important that we're like, hey, they're still here. It's just different. It's just different. And I think that's where the beauty and the gifts lie, is when you just start receiving. One of the things that we do as people is we try to control absolutely everything. And when we do that, we miss out on the opportunities that are presenting themselves. So, yeah, maybe you have a career goal and you're like, this is the path I'm taking. And then out of nowhere, Bob comes in and he's got a great job offer for you, but it's not really truly aligned with the path that you see happening. So, what do? You tell him no. You say, no, thank you. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. But Bob here is the one that's going to change everything. He's the one that's going to take you from here, get you exactly where you need to be. He's the one that's giving you that opportunity. But because we want to control everything, we say, no, thank you. And that's what I'm really talking about when I talk about receiving. Allow those gifts to come. If they don't feel good, if they're not aligned with you, awesome. Say no, thank you, and allow them to give that offer to someone else. But if it is a really great offer and it feels good, then I want you to pursue it. I want you to say yes. I want you to take a chance on you, because you might not realize this, but you have an entire spirit team that is supporting you, that is helping you, who's guiding you, and really wants you to have your best life. They are not over there saying, you know what, let's throw in some drama, let's throw in some pain, let's throw her world and flip it upside down. They're not doing that. They want the best for you. So, what does that mean? It means that they're sending you those opportunities. They're sending you love and support. They're giving you gifts every single day. And I talked to a friend about this because there was a beautiful sunset. The sky was pink, it was on fire, just stunning. And her daughter said, hey, mom, look at the sky. It's beautiful. And she said, yeah, look at that. But she didn't stop and look. That is a gift. That is a gift from your spirit team, from source, saying, hey, slow down for a second. Life ain't so bad. Look how beautiful it is. So if we don't take those gifts, we stop seeing them and they stop becoming something that becomes a regular miracle in our lives, that magic that shows up. And we're just like, yeah, it's just no sunset. But it's not, right? It's not. And you start becoming very dull to those gifts, to those opportunities that show up. So I want you to really slow down and really think about, what are you missing out on? Maybe you have a child or a grandchild that ran up and they showed you this drawing they did, and they probably spent the last 20 minutes on it. They are so proud of themselves. And they're like, look what I did, look what I did. And you're like, oh yeah, that's great. And then you give it back to them. But did you really look at it? Did you really see it? Did you look into their eyes and see like the pride and the amazement they have of themselves, that they did this, they created something out of nothing? And you're just like, yeah, put it aside. Those are the gifts you're missing out on. Those are those connections with those people in your life that you're missing out on. Those conversations, because we pick up our phone, right? How often are you going out for dinner or sitting there with your spouse and you're scrolling on your phone? They're talking to you and you're like, yeah, yeah. But you're not listening. You're not looking them in the eyes. You're not really giving them the attention that they deserve. When you do these very simple things, life starts to get better because now people are actually starting to listen to you now too, right? What you give out always comes back to you. It's karma. It's is a law. It always happens. So if you're like, people are ignoring me, nobody listens to me, then you need to look in the mirror and be like, I need to change, because that's exactly what I am giving to other people. I'm not listening. I'm not slowing down. I'm not present. So if you have those feelings, this is your wake up call to stop, to just stop and be present in the moment. Inside the circle this month, we're talking about what happens before we come into the life, during our life, and after life. And it's very eye opening to hear how people were raised and the different thoughts and ideas that pop in their head, because it changes who we are, right? Like, if your parents didn't believe in anything, you're not going to believe in anything until something happens, until you notice something. Maybe today's the day you're sitting on the couch and a door swings open by itself. Now they've gotten your attention, but your whole life you missed out on the magic right in front of you because somebody said, no, that's not real. I really want to encourage you guys to step into receiving today. I want to encourage you to actually be open to the miracles around you. When you start seeing it, it shows up a whole lot more. There was a fairy sitting in my tree the other day. There was a spirit that walked in my kitchen, stood beside my friend. There are spirits and magic and creatures everywhere, but if we say, no, they don't exist, you don't get them. Now, how much funner, I don't even think that's a word, how much more enjoyable is my life where I get to see them and experience them? And you are walking through with these blinders on and you're missing out on it. You're missing out on connecting with your mom and dad, your grandma, your best friend. You're missing out on seeing fairies and these magical creatures because somebody along the way said they don't exist. If you're like, you know what if I do want that? What if I do want more of that? Then let's book a reading and talk about it. Let me help you open that door in a safe way that makes sense. Because let's be real, we don't want any negativity in our life. And when we do start connecting spiritually with certain things, there are negative energies out there, just like there's positive. There's always light, there's always dark. We don't want that darkness in your life. And I work very, very hard to make sure that they don't enter your life. They ain't a part of my life, I'll tell you that, and that you can protect yourself in an easy way. I don't want you jumping through hoops. I want you to say the white light prayer and call it done. It's as simple as that. But we do need to be careful with how we connect, but I want you to be able to do it in a way that feels good. This is exactly what I teach inside the circle. I don't want you to have to run to me all the time. I want you to be able to be like, you know what? I'm trusting my intuition. This feels right. This feels wrong. And if other people don't agree with you, it doesn't matter, because inside you know that your spirit team is waving the flags and they're saying something's not right. So I want you to be able to trust those feelings. I want you to be able to connect with your spirit guides easily. They are literally your best friend. Your spirit guide knows absolutely every amazing opportunity for you, every possible ups and downs possible along the way, and they want to help you get there in the best way possible. Sometimes that means we have to walk through some hard stuff. Sometimes that means we have divorce and job loss, but those are just simple stepping stones to get us to the best version of us, the best life possible. So we want to talk to our spirit guides. They know the way, and we want to talk with our loved ones. I do not let a day go by that I'm not talking with source or my loved ones. It is a regular part of who I am. But having said that, I live in a very physical world. So I don't spend all my day trying really, really hard. It is literally one and done. I acknowledge them when they come. I see them. I acknowledge them. I share the messages for my clients, but I'm not living in that world on a regular basis because that's not where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be here in this world. And so these are the things that I teach you inside the circle, because it's really, really easy to get swept up with the magic, swept up with ghost hunting and spirits and connecting, because it's fun, right? We open doors and it's fun, and things are fun. Things are moving. People are talking to us. We're getting stuff. but we have to be careful on how we do that. We have to be careful. It was Christmas time. I was at my cousin's house and she's like, "Can you come upstairs and just see if you see anything?" She's like, "Cuz we've been feeling a whole lot and I just want to know what you're picking up." So sure enough, I went up straight into the bedroom. I had never actually been upstairs. So this is my first time upstairs in her house. I knew exactly where she was feeling stuff, and she had a shadow person and a spirit had followed her home from a ghost hunting trip. Now, that is dangerous. She didn't know what to do, how to handle it. So I took care of it. I got rid of the gentleman. I explained to her why he was able to follow her home, what she needs to do to protect herself. And moving forward with the shadow person, there's probably going to be more that come through, what she needs to do to kick them out, block them from entering, because they can wreak havoc in her life. But if she didn't ask, she wouldn't know. So she would be sitting, her husband was scared at night because he was seeing some stuff, right? Let's be real. He was seeing stuff and it was scary. Her kids were seeing stuff and they didn't understand it. So all she had to do was ask, right? How simple is that? To instead of living in fear, you're like, I'm going to call Linda. I'm going to book a reading. Let's talk about it. Something doesn't feel right. I need to talk about it. Linda is going to give me the answers that I need. I know she is. So pick up that phone, pick up your phone, send me an email and say, "Hey, I need some help. Let's book a reading." Because readings aren't just about telling the future. It's great to know, let me tell you. It is amazing to have your life map in front of you and be able to say, "Okay, I don't want to go that way. I want to miss this big mess and then I want to go a different way." So, you can look at that, and that is amazing and great. But if you're in the trenches and things aren't feeling right, you want that job change, you're struggling financially, every night you're crying in your pillow because you don't know how to fix it, then yeah, a reading is a great place to start because we can say, what do you got to do? Maybe it is a new job. Maybe you have to give up some things. Maybe just in a couple of weeks, if you just hang on, it's going to get better. Sometimes you just need somebody to talk to that can access your spirit team, that can say, here you go. This is what's happening. This is why it's happening. And this is the next steps for you. Let's avoid that bad stuff from happening because you don't always have to walk through it. Isn't that great? You don't always have to walk through it. Sometimes you can walk around it and still get to the exact same place. And that's why I want to help you. I don't want you to be struggling. I don't want you to be living in pain, in anger, in frustration, over stress. I'm going to say on both hands, all these fingers are friends who are stressed to the max, who are walking through hard things right now. And I am here for them to show them that it's not to break you. It's not to break you. It's just a part of the life that you wrote. And what are you going to do with it? So, anyways, if you are struggling, reach out to me. Let's book a reading. If you have spiritual questions, that's what a reading is for. It's for you to talk to me, walk through it, find out what's happening, why it's happening, what we can do to fix it. So, anyways, I just wanted to pop in because it all started with my spirit guide telling me you need to stop trying. And I love that. I absolutely love that. So I'm going to stop trying. I want you to stop trying. I want you to book a reading. Let's talk. Let's hash out what's going on. You don't have to walk through it alone. Nobody needs to know that you're talking to me. It's live on Zoom. You don't have to do anything amazing. Just hop on a call with me. Let's talk about it and really start welcoming that magic into your life because I want to help you. And if you're like, I want fairies and angels and magic, and I want that deep connection, then you know you have to come and join us in the circle. And let's be honest, the circle is the biggest bang for your buck. I can't voice how important the circle is. I speak with these ladies every single week and throughout the week, and it's mind blowing how much they've transformed their lives, how much magic they've welcomed in, how much easier life is simply because they have that unlimited support. They can reach out at any time to talk to me and get that support, and it's completely worth it. So if you're like, you know what, I need ongoing support, I need that person who has my back, then join the circle. Whether you join the live calls or you work through the program on yourself, or you're like, Linda, I need your help, let's hop on a call, then we are going to do that. Hop on a call regularly. I'm here for you. You don't have to go through it alone. You've never had to go through it alone. And now that you found me, now that we are chatting, now that we are here together in this podcast land, we can actually really start connecting on a deeper level. So send that email when you have questions, book your readings. I'm here for you. I love you. And I hope you have a wonderful day.